Lanka studying medicine here. I speak English, Tamil, Sinhala, French, and a little bit of Latvian. Right now, I'm not working anywhere because I'm also part of the International Students Association here. We also get paid for that. In October, basically, we have elections. You get to stand, and any international student can actually stand for this position. Multiple people can stand for the same post, and then all international students and also other students can vote about this through the student email. There is a form that you can vote through, and then the person with the most number of votes, which has to still be above 55% of positive votes, gets the position. There's a lot of criticism in general from students because they mostly see what we are not doing in general. They don't see what we are doing because like if something looks normal, it means we are doing something to keep this normal thing going. But I think a lot of students expect something extra, and when they don't see the extra thing, they always think, okay, that means they're not doing anything. And communication is a little bit harder now as well. People reply later and later to emails and things like this because, yeah, everyone's, I think, sick of the whole online thing. I also worked on a couple of Latvian society projects, and usually when there is just the society, like it's the organizing committee itself, everyone's pretty friendly and it's usually in English. But when there's like external meetings with different universities or also with sponsors and stuff, most of the time it's completely in Latvian. And I think if you don't know the language quite well, it is also quite difficult to follow because my Latvian is very basic. I can kind of understand people if they speak pretty slowly, but I think most of the Latvians also have pretty fast way of talking, so that's a bit challenging, I think. I've had both positive as well as negative encounters. Usually I think, especially when it comes to sponsors, if your email or letter or something like this is in English, most of the time there is not much of a positive response back. I'm not really sure if this is because the language is a bit more difficult for them to understand, or if it's because I don't know, because of something else. But usually we get more of a positive response if the email or something is in Latvian. Same thing with calls as well. A lot of people, I think, prefer it if we speak in Latvian, especially when it comes to like local businesses. But I've also had really positive experiences. I remember we called this guy because we needed some badges made or something like this, and he didn't speak English at all. But then he sent a text, I think he Google translated or something, and he was like, call back at like 7 p.m. My friend will be there and he speaks English and stuff like this. So there's also very helpful people. I worked also outside ISA. It was in a cake making place. I joined because I don't really bake well, and I thought like if I join I would catch some tips and stuff. And what I learned mainly from there is that a little bit of Latvian can go a really long way because people are generally more closed off in general. But if you try and like show them that you're actually interested in their culture and try to speak their language, they're then much friendlier and willing to help. I have this Sri Lankan community, people living in Latvia WhatsApp group, and on these, like a lot of students who are already working post job offers that are available. With colleagues, I think it was pretty easy because there were not many people working. There was like maybe me and another 4 more people. And all of them were very friendly because they were also really young. So they all also spoke English and it was very easy to work with them. The supervisor, she didn't speak Latvian or English, she spoke Russian. So that was a little bit hard to understand, but then she would also ask one of the other younger people to translate for us when she needed something. So that was also very easily managed, and then we started using Google Translate to manage the Russian, so it went well. I think she just found the whole experience funny because by the end of it, I started using some of the Russian terms as well, like "до or something, and she would be very happy that I'm picking up something, so it was very supportive. I know a couple of friends who actually work as Bolt couriers, and I think that's a pretty nice job to have if you can rent a car and have a license of your own, because these are on your own hours. You don't have a fixed schedule, so it's, I think, more easier to balance with studies. The students here, especially at the beginning, get this wrong impression that they don't really need Latvian. So a lot of students don't bother learning it much. I think that's something that you should change, not just for the studying thing, but also for the working thing. Because even if you know a little bit of Latvian, people are more willing to help, and also I think it's much easier for you as well.